Yeah.
Hi, my name is Eric.
I'm Paco
And my name is Roger.
at the camera, and we're going to present our essay about Frankenstein book.
Hi, can you give me some information about who is the writer of the novel of Victor Frankenstein?
Of course, all begins in the early 18th century when young Mary Shelley, she was just 20, published her first book inspired by one nightmare that she had once when she was 18. That book launched the science fiction and even today stands as one of the greatest tales of horror of all time. In the 1818, he published her first book and most important of her works, the novel Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus. Shelley wrote the novel after a bet with Lord Byron, an English poet, as she tells in the prologue of the 1831 edition of Frankenstein. The story of Frankenstein, about a student of the occult, a subhuman creature created from human corpse, has been to the theater and cinema on several occasions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Roger.
Hi, Eric.
Can you tell me about the story of the novel Victor Frankenstein?
Okay, do you want a little context?
Yes.
Well, the novel takes place with the 19th century in the European continent. The event is narrated live and ended with the protagonist's life, Victor Frankenstein, an ambitious young man that has a goal of success on which other men have failed. Walton is another person with the same ideology that travels to the north for an expedition. After this expedition, in this expedition, his boat remains surrounded by ice, and they found a secret alone in a piece of ice, where the ice broke.
Yes.
In the same circuit, there was a sick man. His name was Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein, who was following his creation, and that creation reveals the secrets of life, how to create life. One day, Walton decided to tell his ambitions to Victor Frankenstein because they feel like very similar men. Of gaining knowledge and success where other men have failed is the Walton's ambitions. Victor, so sick, visualized himself in Walton, and he talked his story full of tragedies, griefs, and misfortunes with the hope of sending a warning to him.
Thank you.
For nothing!
Have you read the novel Frankenstein?
Yes.
Can you give me a little explanation about the relation of the three main characters?
Yes, of course, why not? Well, the three main characters are Robert Walton, Victor Frankenstein, and the creator. Victor and Walton are related about his character and his ambition of making a discovery in science, as is shown on the following quote.
Yesterday, the stranger said to me, I have had a very unhappy life.
Good, are you?
I want to tell my story to you, because you too are ambitious. You want knowledge and wisdom, as I once did. Page 16.
The relationship between Walton and the creator is represented in the ambition of Victor, that indirectly is the ambition of Walton, because Victor and Walton had the same ideals. Thus, the creator represents the inevitable and dangerous ambition of Victor and Walton, as is shown on the following quote.
Do you share my madness? Let me tell you my story, and I hope I will be a warning to you. Page 16.
Referring to his life and his ruined ambition, the creator.
Thank you, Eric. You're welcome. Now, Eric, you're telling me the relation about the characters. I can say that criminals are not work as criminals. At first look, the Victor monster didn't want to kill anybody. He didn't mean to assassinate Frankenstein's little brother. But by the treatment of the society, and the fellow tries to become part of the human society, he get angry and said, I swear revenge of all mankind, as in the page 67. Also he said, once I was good, but misery made me evil. On page 128, referring to the treatment that he received from mankind.
Yes, I share the same point of view.
My conclusion is, I like the novel because its plot is very addictive and lets you know a story from several perspectives. Victor's perspective, the creator perspective, and Walton's perspective. I think this is a very good novel because it's very thought one. The author do not write the novel in a dumb way. This is Mary Shelley's masterpiece because the novel lets the reader think about who is right in his way of thinking. In my opinion, everybody have to read this novel because it's about very common topics: ambition, ethics, and arrogance.
To conclude, we can say that this project is very helpful for our daily life because it has a lot of learning that we can apply for our daily life. For example, the love, the social acceptation, and the most important things that are spelling and grammar.